3 days before my book was going to print, me and my traditional publisher got divorced. And this is the story about what happened. So, as some of you may know, those of you who've been following me for some time, I had a traditional publishing deal for my book, The Library of Eternity, in Swedish, the Swedish edition, and I thought it was a great opportunity to try out, different forms of publishing to see what suited me best. And also, this publisher had said that we're gonna do like a special edition. We were gonna do sprayed edges and have like gold foliage on the front and stuff like that. And that, of course, excited me because when you're writing fantasy, especially now in the day and age of social media and TikTok and book talk and stuff like that, having a special edition means a lot, especially if you're marketing yourself on social media. And that I thought was a great opportunity for me to try out. And I said yes. And I was also helping this publisher with their marketing since I am a professional marketer. Um, that's how we got in contact in the first run. She reached out to me on TikTok. We had a meeting, we hit it off, and I was going to help them with the marketing a little bit. But then, of course, we started talking about books, and I told her about my writing projects, and she was really interested in the Library of Eternity. So I ended up signing off the rights to the printed edition to them. And things went smoothly, there have been times, of course, when like the publisher has been a little bit unorganized and stuff like that. But everyone's different, and this is a really small publisher, so I didn't know what else to expect either. Like when you're at a big publishing house, then of course you think that they're gonna have like routines and stuff like that. But when it comes to smaller ones, they'll do it their own way, I guess. But what happened was that we went to the book fair together, both the publisher, authors. We stayed at an Airbnb. Everything was fine, if you ask me. But there was some disagreements between the publisher and one of the authors. Those were small disagreements, if you ask me. It's also like it's a stressful situation. We're at a book fair, we're living together, a lot of things are happening. You have to be social 24/7. Like, it's a lot to take in, and I get that people get stressed and stuff like that. So for me, it wasn't a big deal that they had a tiny argument. And then the rest of the days, flew by where we had a lot of fun, according to me. 1 week later, my author colleague gets an email from the publisher saying, this and this happened. I don't know, like, we're in the disagreement with each other, and I feel like publishing your book is not fun anymore, so I'm going to give you back your rights to it. There was a lot of other things in the email, of course, but yeah, she wrote that, and then like my author colleague, of course, went into shock. She wrote to me, since we were on the same publishing house. We talked a little bit, like, what's going on, what is happening. And she was like, did this happen? And I was like, no, it did not according to, I was there the entire time, so that was not my experience. And the morning after, because she didn't answer right away because she was in shock and she didn't want to answer like when she's angry, when she's sad. The day after, I get an email as well saying that this author is no longer at our publishing house, and nothing more. So I was only supposed to like let it go, and that's when I wrote back, and I wrote back that I did not perceive the situation the way that you did. Have you talked to each other? Because I knew that they hadn't talked to each other. And the author in question wrote her back, like saying, hey, we should have a meeting. If there is something that I did wrong, we can work it out. And I think I wrote in the email also, like, it's a small world, the publishing world here in Sweden, it's a small world, we all know each other. And for me, like, it's super important that authors are treated right, that people are treated right. And that we're professionals towards each other. Like, I, as an author, shouldn't be afraid to say what I think or feel, because then the publisher might throw me out. Like, that's insane. We should be adults and be able to talk to each other if we don't agree on something. So I wrote that, and also because the publisher had also written, because wanted I wanted a specific narrator for the audiobook. So audiobooks are really big here in Sweden, so it's really important to have an audiobook. And I, of course, wanted this author to be my narrator. And so the publisher wrote like, I've found another narrator for you. And I'm like, wait a minute, back up. Just to be clear, I haven't signed off the rights to the audiobook. So in like right now, you can't decide who's going to narrate it for me. I think we should, I think the two of you should work it out like professionals. And yeah, something like that I wrote. I don't know. It was very like laid back and very nice. I first, of course, I wrote because I was a little bit sad for my colleague. So first I wrote an email when I was angry, and then I deleted it and didn't send it. And then I wrote one when I was calm. I showed it to my partner and like, is this professional? It's hard, but you have to be professional in these kinds of situations. Because yeah, I mean, I thought that we were going to continue to work together, but like, I don't know if it took less than 24 hours, anyways, until she answered, um, if you feel that way, then you can publish your own book. And I just felt, okay, that's fine by me, if I'm being honest. And also I wrote back and said, I will no longer work with helping you with marketing and with PR and stuff like that. That is, no more, of course. But it was so weird. Like, she broke up with us via email. And of course, I ended the marketing part of the arrangement. But this is just something like to watch out for. So sometimes it might seem great to have a traditional publishing deal, but it's not all fun and games. It can be like this. And for me, it's just so important that I keep my integrity. And if I feel that something isn't wrong, I'd rather speak up and, in this case, lose a traditional publishing deal than not speak up and be afraid of not being able to speak my mind later on. So that's what happened. And that's why I've been super busy the last couple of weeks. I have had to buy out the cover design so that my company owns it instead of the old company. I have gotten my rights back for my book. I have been formatting the printing files. So I'm still waiting for the proof. I don't dare not having a proof copy because I've seen like what can happen otherwise. So I'm still waiting for that. It should come this week. So hopefully I can show it to you soon. But like, there's so much has been going on that it's just been crazy. I've even considered pausing YouTube for a bit because, yeah, I just have a lot to do. But I'm happy I'm still here, and I just wanted to share this with you guys because I mean, I know marketing. I don't have a problem doing things myself, but publishing a book, a hardback at my own company is, of course, it's a big investment upfront for me. And but it's also like it would be a bigger win for me if the book sells well, which is nice. But yeah, also a lot more to do, of course. So I just wanted to share what happened. I don't know, I don't feel any bad blood towards anyone. These things happen, but I do think that it's important for me and for you guys as authors to stand up for what we believe in and to support each other authors, because otherwise, you'd never know what might happen. And yeah, I guess that's all for today. this is author life. And yes, I am indie publishing my book. I am trying to keep the deadline that I put out for myself. I'm really, really hoping that I can do that and have the launch party when I wanted to, but I'm not sure if we're going to make it. We will see when the print run, no, when the proof copy comes, if there are things I need to change or not. Because I'm not a designer, I'm not perfect when it comes to those things. But yeah, that was an update on what happened, and let me know in the comments what you would have done in the same situation. I would really like to hear from you guys. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye.